So before we get started, Malcolm, we're just a couple days out, man. What's the feeling? What's the vibe around the team?
Everyone is excited. We're ready to hit somebody else.
I'll believe you. Our first question today is going to come to you from Chris Becker from the O'Colly. Go ahead, Chris.
Malcolm, how you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well. So does having all these limited people on the sideline and in the game, did it change the game day atmosphere for you at all?
Not at all. It's just us that we think of it. It's just our team out there. It's just a brotherhood. So we really don't, we don't really care about that, and we're just going out there and doing our thing.
Awesome. Thank you, Malcolm.
Yep.
Our next question is going to come from Scott Wright from the Oklahoman. Go ahead, Scott.
Hey, Malcolm. There are a lot of people that seem really confident in what this defense can do this year. Where do you think that confidence comes from with you guys?
I just think we got those leaders back there in the end. I mean, everyone's played a lot of snaps. So, I mean, just I feel like, as many reps as you just get confidence in your game. And, I mean, it just builds on the defensive side.
We're going to be talking to Kolby here in a little bit. What have you seen from him as he's come back from his injury?
Kobe's doing good back there. He's flying around. Looks just like he was last year, if not better. But no, he's recovered and he's ready to go. How
important is his voice on the back end?
He's got a voice. He doesn't really talk much, but when he does, we all look up to him, and it's like that like I said, on the defensive side, everyone's played a lot of snaps, and so we look up to people like that.
Thanks, Malcolm.
Yep.
Our next question comes from Frank Bonner of the Tulsa World. Go ahead, Frank.
Hey, Malcolm. How much better does Calvin Bundage make you guys' linebacker group, knowing that he's coming back from his injury?
Oh, it's scary. I mean, we got depth now, and that's a good thing. Last year we were a little scared, like you got injured, but now someone gets injured, we got guys that come back, and he's looking good, and he's ready to go too.
And how much does it help to the expectation that young players like Trace Ford, are expected to take a big jump on the defensive line? How much does it help you to know you guys have a defensive line you can count on?
Like I said, we got depth all around with the D-line, linebackers, everything. So, we all got reps. I mean, Trace played last year, so, he just learned the system better this year, so it's going to be even better.
I appreciate you.
Our next question comes from Scott Wright from the Oklahoman. Go ahead, Scott.
Malcolm, how did you guys handle the news last week when things got pushed back, and did it amp up the excitement now that it's actually getting close here?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we were all eager to play last week, but that's just some things you can't control. Like Gundy says, control what you can control, and so just another week of preparation and studying more film.
Now that you're a year into this linebacker job, are you how much more comfortable are you now than you were when you were just trying to get your feet wet?
More comfortable. Like I said, the game goes a lot faster when you're up there at linebacker, and so now I'm used to seeing all those pulls, everything. So the feet are better, so it'll be fun to see what happens.
How much bigger are you now?
I'm pushing about almost 230, so I've gained a little bit of weight since last year.
Was that a big focus for you?
Mostly getting my feet back to getting the linebacker feet and switching from safety to linebacker feet and get my weight up.
All right. Good stuff. Thanks, man.
Yep.
All right. Just a reminder again, if there's any questions for Malcolm, please click raise hand. All right, Malcolm, looks like we're going to go short and sweet today, but before we let you go, do you have any last points that you want to say? Just anything about the team, anything about the defense, anything about what you've seen leading into the Tulsa game?
We're all eager to get out there and fly around.
All right. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate you taking the time, Malcolm.
Yep. Thank you, guys.
I never did this one before.
Yeah, in the AC.
Kolby, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing good. How's it going?
Good. It's good to see you.
Yes, sir.
So how's leadership treating you? You're one of the old folks now in that secondary.
Yeah, everybody keeps saying stuff about me being a vet now. I feel like I'm still new. And so I've only been here for 2 years, but to see young guys come in and be able to play with them and, try to give them any bit of wisdom that I got. It's definitely fun. We got young guys out there making plays too, so it's more fun when you can go out there flying around.
You ever been part of a secondary as talented as this one?
No, definitely not. Last year I felt that we had a strong secondary. It kind of showed up later on in the year. This year, we plan to get going right off the jump. Got guys coming in, guys changing positions. Got a lot of guys in the back end with a lot of talent. I'm ready to go show it this year.
Well, very good. Well, I'll tell you what, we've got Frank Bonner from the Tulsa World will ask you your first question, and then from there it's just kind of Q&A session with all the members of the media that are here with us. So Frank, you're up. Go ahead, buddy.
Hey, Kolby, you kind of answered it there just a second ago, but I wanted to ask, what makes this defense so special this year?
I think it's that we got guys that have been with each other for a while. You got older guys like Lily that have seen me, Jark, and like Tanner be here for 2 years. So we've grown relationships with them. We got young guys that came in early. We're creating relationships with them. I think everybody just everybody wants to go out there. Everybody wants to fly around because it's been so long since we have. And I think we got the pieces this year to do something special.
You made a lot of noise towards the end of the year last year with all of the turnovers, and I'm sure you're on a lot of quarterbacks' radars. Is there anything in particular that you've worked on, knowing that quarterbacks are going to be looking at you to stay away from you a little bit?
Just try to keep doing my job. I trust that Coach knows is going to come up with schemes that allow me to be in the right place at the right time. So for me, all through this offseason, it's just been more about making sure I get healthy, and then by the time the season come around, I'm able to fly around.
I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Next question is going to come from Chris Becker from the Ocala. Go ahead, Chris.
Kolby, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man.
So, a lot of these guys talked about, with the fans being gone, it's gonna lose some energy that some guys feed off of. What do you think you're gonna miss most about some of the fans not being there?
Probably just the game day atmosphere. I know we don't see too much of it with the tailgating aspect and stuff like that, but going down and doing the walk and seeing all those people, and then when you come out for pregame, seeing all the buzz that's around the stadium, that was always big for me. Because once the game starts, you kind of, although the fans are a factor, you kind of focused in and locked into what your job is. But definitely pregame, that buzz and that excitement that you get to build up for the game, it's going to definitely be different this year.
Yeah. So what do you think you're going to do to kind of create that buzz for yourself before the game to try to make up for the lack of fans?
Same thing I always do. Go out there, talk trash, laugh, dance. Just try to bring energy to, my secondary group, and then also just the defense and the team as a whole.
Awesome. Thank you, Kolby.
Yes, sir. No problem.
Next question is going to come from Marshall Levinson from Pokes Report. Go ahead, Marshall.
Hey, what's up, Kolby?
What's going on?
You said that this offseason, the focus of yours is just getting healthy. Can you kind of take us through what your process was of coming back from that injury and how you're feeling now and if you feel 100%?
Yeah, now I feel great. The process was just, rehabbing, and then, of course, the quarantine hit, so guys had to go home. So just trying to make sure I was staying up to date with my rehab and where I was supposed to be at. But, I went full speed the first day of camp, and every day since then I've just been feeling better and better, more like myself, and I'm ready to roll on Saturday. So it's been good for me.
Was there a specific moment, whether it was a play or practice, where you kind of realized that you were back to 100% and that you could just let it go, or was it a gradual process?
It was more gradual. Came back, and they didn't even have me going and everything. Like the first live scrimmage, I wasn't out there tackling and stuff. But like I said, just every day, just getting better and better. And then by the end of camp, starting to really fly around and feel like I was making plays the same way that I always have.
Thank you, Kolby.
It's going to come from Scott Wright from the Oklahoman. Go ahead, Scott.
We talked to Tylen yesterday about his knee, and he said that he just got out of the brace a few weeks ago. How long were you in the brace, or are you still in it?
I don't know exactly how long I was in it, but through the first half of camp, I was in it, and then there was a practice that was a pretty light day, so I started doing Indy without my brace, and just started getting more movement and making sure that I felt secure with it. And then after that practice, I went in, told him I felt good, and ever since then, I've just rolled without the brace. Definitely feel like I can move a little better without it.
All right, now for the important question. How's the music career going, man? I know you got some big news coming.
Yes, sir. Music's going great. actually got my 5th tape supposed to release September 24th, camp free on all platforms if anybody want to go listen. It's going great, man.
Where does that passion come from?
I'm not sure. I always was dancing and just always playing music when I was younger. I used to sing a lot. My brother and sister always gave me a hard time, talking about, man, you can't sing, shut all that up. But, as I got older, I just felt like maybe I should, use it as a pastime. We don't get too much free time up here. So when you do, you want to, have fun. And that's picked up making music and ain't looked back since.
You said this is your 5th one. How old were you when you put out the first one?
I was up here. I think it was March 2019.
Okay.
Yeah, 1st of March 2019.
So you go pretty much nonstop then with that stuff. You keep it going. Huh?
Yeah, well, it doesn't take me too long to make them. Each tape only took about, I don't know, no more than a couple of weeks. So go through these little gaps where I'm not making no music, and then I just crank it out for a week or two and then put something out after that.
I got you. Good stuff, man. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Kolby, it's awesome to see you light up when you're talking about your music, man. That's great stuff.
Yes, sir. I get to let my guard down a little bit. I got to make sure I'm saying the right things when I'm talking football.
I love it. This is great. Your next question is going to come from Frank Bonner from the Tulsa World. Go ahead, Frank.
I got a follow up to the music question. Who do you make your music with? Do you collab with anybody else around who makes music with you?
Yeah, I started just by myself, and then the more I came in the locker room playing new music, guys started, perking up like, oh damn, let me come in and make something. So I got on this next tape that I'm finna drop, Rodriguez is on it. I got some songs with Kanai, and then Kevin Henry before he transferred. We was always making music. We got a lot of talented guys, man. A lot of dudes that are more than just football players. I talk about that a lot on my Twitter, that we're more than athletes. And that's just another example of we got some talented guys as far as making music goes.
They got a little OSU football music group going on over there.
Yeah, we should.
Look back to football. What's it like energy-wise? What type of energy has Calvin Bundes brought to the unit now that he's back?
We love having Cal out there. Cal's a real quiet dude off the field, and then he gets on the field and he's a different animal. He plays at 100 miles per hour. So having him out there and just making big splash plays and then celebrating. I know y'all see when he do his little turn it up, but he's it's fun to have him out there. He played a lot my freshman year and then kind of was battling through some injuries through my sophomore year last year. But I'm excited to get back out there with him.
Thanks, Kolby.
Yes, sir.
All right, we're down to our last couple questions for you here, Kolby. The next question is going to come from Marshall Levinson from Go Pokes. Go ahead, Marshall.
Obviously, through this quarantine period, not really being able to do much outside of the facility with your teammates, everyone talks about the defense, having a lot of chemistry. Through the past few months in fall camp, what have y'all been doing to kind of, especially with the newer guys, kind of keep that chemistry and that bond of being so close with each other?
Lately it's just been practicing. We're out there every day. We spend a lot of time together, and then all through camp, most of your time spent up here at the facility. So being in meetings, going out practicing, and then coming in the locker room, freestyling, joking, all the stuff that you do in-house that maybe not everybody sees is always good for team bonding. I think it's brought us closer.
Okay, so follow-up question. Who's the best freestyle rapper on the team?
Peel. Kolby Harvell-Peel.
All right, thank you.
I'll just leave it at that.
Hey, Kolby, last year you really kind of made a name for yourself. You broke through, people really, you turned people's heads, especially the second half of the season. Now this year you've gotten some preseason All-America type recognition, and you've really positioned yourself for some success there. What's your reaction when you see those accolades kind of coming in, and what does that mean to you personally?
I'm very appreciative. We put in a lot of work all through the off season and put in a lot of work in practice, and you hope to go out there on Saturday and actually go make plays and then, kind of reap the rewards for it. But big thing that Coach Hammer has talked to me about is, you can't get a big head, can't get satisfied. And luckily, I think the way that my mom's brought me up, I've kept my face down at the pavement, kept my head down, and I'm not too worried about what's being said outside these doors. Just trying to come in and do my job day in and day out. That's all I've really been focused on.
Well, this is all great insight. We really appreciate you taking the time today. But before we let you go, is there anything that you want people to know while you're here, while we've got the group together? Is there anything that you just want people to know about whatever?
Oh, man. Go listen to Camp Free, September 24th, all platforms. That's really it, man. I appreciate y'all.
I'll say this. You are consistent in your messaging. I appreciate that about you.
I appreciate it.
All right. You take care. You have a great night, okay?
Y'all have a good day.
Thanks.